Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in the last video, Lee put together the config.ini file that we will be using with the terrain system that Lee has put together so far. Now, in this video, we're going to begin skeletoning in the config.cs file. So, Lee, take it away.
All right. Well, we need to create the file, and where I want to put it is going to be inside of our demo framework. So this is actually going to be a feature that I want available with all of our demos. So we'll go ahead and include it inside of here. So right click, add new item, and this will be a class, and it will be called config. Go ahead, hit add, give it a sec, clean up the namespace. And for now, just delete. Let's see, I'm gonna need system, I'm gonna need collections. I don't need link or text in this case. So I do know that because we're going to be reading from a file, I'm going to need system.io. And we're probably going to, at some point, need Unity Engine. So I'll just put that in now. Alright, now, the config class itself, I don't want to have to instantiate this. I just want it to always be there. So we're going to make it public and we're going to make it static. And we're going to need a couple of private fields, actually probably 4 of them, and then one property. So let's go ahead and create our field. So we're going to start off with 2 constants. One, or both of them will be strings. One's going to be our file path, and this will be the name of our folder. So we'll call this config. Actually, I could probably name that a little bit better. How about I name this config folder? I'm allowed to change things on the fly.
Is your mic getting bumped somehow right now by the cable?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, we're getting, that's lots of banging and booming there. Okay, let's try
that. Yeah. Ow. Now I just hung myself. I'm trying to reroute my cable. Alright, so we need another one. So go ahead and copy this one. Paste that, and this will be our config file. This will be config.ini. And we'll make a private static. This will be a read-only. Again, a string. This is going to be our current directory. Another private static. Read-only string. And this will be our full path. And we'll define those in the constructor. Now we also need our dictionary to hold all of our information that we're pulling from the ini file. So this will be a public static dictionary, and this is going to hold a key value pair that are both string. We're going to call it setting. So it's going to have a getter and a private setter, because we don't want anything but this class setting stuff in here. Now, for skeleting out our methods, we're going to need a constructor. So we've got a static config constructor. I'm not going to put any code in yet. We'll come back and do that in the next video. We're going to need a public static void load settings. take care of. This is the method that will go through and actually read in all the settings from the config file. So I'm going to do a check over my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. And that looks like all we need for our initial skeleton.
Okay.
So go ahead and build it. Now, while I'm here, because I know that we've got enough here to get things rolling, we can go into our scripts, bring up Game Manager, because this is a feature. And yeah, go ahead. We can go into our awake, and the very first thing that we do before we do anything else is tell config to come on, tell it to find it, and I got a typo. So it's looking at load settings. So demo framework, why? What is it? It's seeing two different spellings for framework. So something else is actually using the other spelling. So it's,
You sure there's two different spellings? What's spelled
yeah,
differently?
look.
Oh, yeah. I see.
So somewhere I spelled framework with a capital W. So there. Build that. Go back to Game Manager. Whoops. Now I can get rid of that. Case sensitive languages and all. So now it all builds. So what will happen is when our game starts, Game Manager gets called, or its awake gets called, it's going to go ahead and fire off the config's load setting. Because it's a static class, the moment we do that, our constructor is going to get fired, and then it's going to load in settings. But right now, nothing's going to happen because we have no functionality implemented. That's what we'll do in this next video.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap everything up for this video. Thanks a lot.